Good afternoon everyone. It's been a while. I've been away shearing this morning and I've just got back and hopped in the tractor and I've been cutting hay for the past couple of days, some lucerne and some sorghum and some pasture as well. It's looking like a pretty good week ahead and it's probably going to be the last chance we get because it's the 5th of March today. So summer's finished, but sort of got a good hot week up to 30 degrees. So that 25-30 degrees all week, so which is good. So I'm going to take this opportunity while we can get it. But no, I hope you're all going well. Just going to finish this little bit off here, and then I'm going to go down and rake the sorghum that I cut 4 days ago. It's just going into silage, so interesting to see what it's like. Ideally, it probably should have been baled, but just cannot catch a break at the moment between shearing and the contracts. Well, a lot of contract sowing and stuff. It is a bit probably self-explains why there's been a lack of videos. I just haven't had time, to be completely honest. Holiday would be nice. There's mainly just phalaris in here that I'm cutting. There might be a little bit of clover in it as well, but predominantly phalaris. The horse people seem to like this stuff, so I'm cutting as much as I can. There's a heap of feed here, so it may as well be used for something. Onto the raking now. There's a bit of sedan grass mix. There's a few sort of summer grasses in here too, but it's just going into silage. This stuff will wrap it, so it'll make all right stuff, I think. It's dried out pretty well. I probably should have been raking this yesterday, but I was shearing, and but it's all right. It's turning over. It's still nice and green underneath. It's just that the mild conditioner just does wonders. I reckon it really helps, especially where we are, to get things dried down quicker. Yeah, there's a fair bit of material here. I don't know if you can see those windrows, but good to see a few bales. So I'll probably sell most of this stuff. This is on the block that I share farm, so we've only got a handful of cattle here. Done. It's about 14 hectares I think here. It's about 5:30 now. I probably should be almost coming back and baling it, but I've actually got touch footy grand final, so I'm not going to miss out on that. It's just in about 20 minutes into town, so go play that and then we'll see what the dew's doing. Whether we come back and bale it, I just don't know. It's been pretty cold nights, to be honest. It's like as soon as March hit, nights just all of a sudden got colder, which, yeah, it's not summer anymore, I suppose, but still, it was pretty random. I'm wearing a jumper every morning now, so we might have to wait till the morning to bale it. We'll just see what happens, I suppose. Clean your windows, boss. Some of our canola. Hyola 970 looking pretty good. Show you around that at some point. We've rolled right back again before I was really interrupted by a flat battery. Just getting these are some unshorn second cross lambs, taking them home. We're shearing them tomorrow. Dad's gone to Yass to take some shorn lambs over there this morning. They weren't too bad. They've been on the sedan grass, and yeah, it's won't be doing that again, I don't think. It's just not much good for sheep. All right for cattle, but it just gets away from sheep too quickly, I think. And I don't know how much gut it's actually got in it. So, got a hitchhiker here. Looks like he's still getting over his flies. Can grab a lift home. Welcome to your Uber service, sir. Maggie, way back. Yeah, so we're taking this home, we're shearing. We'll shear not all of them, there's about 500 here I think, or 480 something, which we probably won't get done tomorrow, but that's all right. We generally like to shear our second cross lambs as they're going on to feed, sort of thing, because if you don't have feed ahead of them, you can run the risk of having to shear them again, especially when this year's, here, push them up, this year's market, there's a lot of lambs about, so you want them as well presented as you can, and the more wool they've got on them, the worse they look, I think, anyway. Leader of the pack. Here, push them up. Good girl. Some wheat looking very good. I'll see a bit better once we get over this little hill here, but well sowed that paddock. Looks pretty good. Pretty even germination, which I guess it should be because there was plenty of moisture and everything was going for it, so it's good to see it's come up.
You can see there's a little bit of pin rush through it, but it'll crowd that out, and it's dead. It's just that the actual plant's still there, that's all. It's a pretty big plant. Hence why we're redoing that paddock. Wasn't much good pasture left in there. We ended up putting about nearly 70 odd hectares or 75 hectares of wheat in, about nearly 30 hectares of canola, Hyola 970, and then we'll put a bit more ryegrass in as well. Gonna be a perfect day by the look of it. A few clouds to the west, but these days will be short, coming to an end, unfortunately. Edging closer and closer to winter, unfortunately. It's your guys' favourite time of the year. I'd say mine's probably the springtime. You know, you're out of that winter period and everything's starting to grow, and the full growing season's ahead of you. Although I didn't like last spring much because we didn't really get a spring. We're sort of in spring now, so I certainly prefer the hot to the cold anyway. No, wait. Just leave them in this little holding yard for a minute. There's plenty of grass in here. Just had to get them in, Dad. As I think I said, Dad's gone to Yass this morning with a load of lambs. So I just had to get them in for him because I'll have to go and deal with this hay and silage. So it honestly feels like I haven't been here for weeks. I've just been away. Yeah, anyway, that's all right. Have a go at this dog. Jeez, you've got the life, Ellie. Dear oh dear. I do it very good here. Right, got the tractor and put the baler on the tractor now. Just giving it a once over. I'll grease it and give it a quick blow off. Not that it really needs it that badly, but I was doing loose and last, and that gets everywhere. So give it a quick blow down and grease up, and then we nearly should. I'm just getting this ready, and then I'll go rake the loose in. The dew should be about right by then, and see how we get on. Just getting the loose, and now turning it over. You can see we've got the rake split. Put it in 2 windrows. Just raking it off the dew. It was pretty chilly last night. It's about 10 o'clock now, so still not losing any leaf, which is good. We should be right to finish this bit. There's not much left now, which is good. Today, as you can tell, we are baling some sort of sorghum. Well, it was a crop of sorghum that we sowed before it started raining, and there's a fair bit of weed in here too, but it's going into silage. I think the sheep and cattle are still in it. I am chopping it too with the knives in the baler, so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. To be honest, it is pretty dry. When I say busy, it's a bit of an understatement. I just haven't been able to get down here sooner. You can tell that it is dry. We're sort of baling it off the dew this morning. I think it's going to get a little bit too hot for us, and we'll have to wait till we bring the moisture back in with it tonight. But that's alright, because we can wrap the ones that we've baled already. I've already done 32 bales, as you can see there. So no, everything's working well. I come down here. I was going to come down here last night after I finished raking. I got lucerne and pasture hay down at home as well, and I was going to come down here after that, but I finished late, and I wanted to make sure, because I haven't done any silage this year, and I wanted to make sure the wrapper was going to work, so I just left it till this morning, and I just did one then, and it's working perfectly, which is good. So it's always a bit of especially with this wrapper that I've got, because there's a computer in it, and you just never know. You don't know what sort of gremlins could have got into it over winter time and over the off season. So just wanted to make sure it's all working, and luck's on our side. So should be a few bales here. There might be 150 or so, which will be good. We're gonna wrap them just in the house yard. This is the block I'm share farming, if you hadn't picked that up already. We're going to wrap them just in the house yard, away from, cattle and stuff, which will make it easier. We won't have to electric fence it or anything. Making some fairly solid bales. Well, I had to pull up baling. Dad's come down here with the truck now. We're just carting it back to the wrapper. Just going to wrap him in the paddock next door here. I was going to put him in the house paddock with away from the cows, but it's a bit of a pain. There's no real level ground I can wrap it on. So there's a good flat area just outside the gate here, so it's not far to travel either. We'll just have to run an electric fence around it whenever there's cows in there, which is only a little paddock, so they're not in there a hell of a lot, but that's alright. Got about 80 or 78 bales I think we've done so far, and that's, yeah, probably about half, so hopefully there'll be 140 or 50 bales here at least, which is good. Bit of moo-choo. Reckon I'll beat him? I think I will. We're finally getting started. As you can see, we had a little bit of dramas. It's because it's got a computer in it. It seems to need a certain amount of volts. And as you might have remember me saying, that battery's buggered, and so it worked for a little while. But then when it's working fine again now. But see, yeah, I mean a new battery would fix that. And of course it's Saturday today, so there was nowhere close that would have had a battery for me, which is annoying, but that's just the way it is. We'll get by, because I can't put a normal carb, like a good sized car battery on there, because there's no room for it. So it's got to be one of those smaller ones, and I don't have another one. So that's what we've got Jimmy rigged up at the moment, which is fine because it's working. It's just a little frustrating, that's all. I know a lot of you, if you saw last year's video, you might have think that it's meant to be the other way and it's spinning on its round, if you know what I mean. But because it's a square, and it'll do square bales as well, because it's a square and round bale wrapper, it needs to be this way, because you'll see in a second when it gets to the end and kicks it off here, if it was on its round, it gets to this point and just sits there and spins round and round and won't kick it off. So it's got to be, it does exactly what I want to do, and you don't have to, I'm doing this all by myself, and no, I do agree, it probably would be better if you could wrap them the other way, but it just doesn't kick them off then. You'd have to grab them, and you'd have to grab it manually and put the other one on then. So just not very efficient that way. All I do is just press this remote, click start, away it goes then. Releases the wrap there in a second. Like that. Might set you guys up for a bit of a time lapse, I think.
Hello, I've been waiting for you. Come with your friends and show me something new. Yeah, it's a hell of a time. This world's insane, but we gon' be alright. The door is open, my light is on. Blow up your speakers when the bass drop. I feel elated, everyone should. Let's show this party how we do. Anytime, any day, you know the place. We're never turning. get together and let the good times roll. Let's get together, everybody, you know. Let's get together. Let's get together. I know this is some kind of ride. Just leave your worries on the other side. Come on, we got all that we need. Go make some noise while I am young and free. The sky is open, the stars are up. We got each other, and that's enough. Just feel elated, everyone should. Let's show the world what we can do. Let's get together and let the good times roll. Let's get together, everybody, you know. Let's get together. Let's get together.
Last one for today. Just a couple there I just nicked on the, I was moving them, so I will have to put them, wrap them again.
But that's the only thing that I do like about this wrapper too. It's got a few advantages and obviously disadvantages, same with both styles of wrapper, but the best thing about this one is you're moving them when they're not wrapped. Like if you're wrapping them in the paddock and then you're trying to put them on a truck, load them and then unload them and then put them where you want them, there's a lot of risk there that you nick the plastic. And I mean, you know, you get used to it and you get better at loading them and things, but this one there's just a lot less. You're only handling them from here over to the fence and that's it. With the plastic on them, it just seems to, depending on how wild of an operator you are, you just seem to get less holes in the plastic. So that's one advantage. What's another advantage? You don't need another tractor because it's run by a Honda motor and a hydraulic pump. It does suck petrol though. It loves petrol. Press the button. Obviously it can do rounds and squares. It can actually do 2 squares at once. The 6-foot squares, not 8 foot. I think that'd also be too heavy if you went 8-foot squares as well. That's a heavy bale of silage.
But it's so satisfying to watch, I think anyway. Maybe that's just because I'm a farmer.
Costs about, I think it's about $10 a bale to wrap. Well, not quite $10.
Wrap these ones again, or just where the holes are.
There is a few bales wrapped, 80 odd. I think, yeah, I think we'd be about halfway.
So, same again to wrap. I'll probably end up baling it
tonight when it cools off a bit, and then wait for the moisture to come back in, and then I'll probably wrap it in the morning because we're just next to a house here and it is pretty loud, so there is people in this house staying tonight, so I don't want to keep them awake, so that's all right. I can get Dad to give me a hand in the morning then, which should be good. Just gonna move these heifers out of this paddock because I know what they're like, and they're gonna go to the other side of those bales, aren't they? I don't think you're gonna fit through there, ladies. They will come and look at this tractor and wrapper, and they will rub on it and wreck something. So, yes, come on. I know you too well. Come on. Just gonna put them the other side of the silage paddock here. Have a look at the gate. There we go. Bit smarter than sheep, dare I say. Come on. That's the stuff. I would have liked to have cut some of this paddock
this paddock for pasture as well, but just didn't have time. I got a lot of pasture hay at home cut already as well, but still it's heap there and we don't have enough mouths to eat it, so it would have been worth it. It still might be if the weather stays good. I might be able to cut it after this, but yeah, just ran out of time. We are back into it. As soon as that sun goes down, she cools off pretty quickly here, so it didn't take us long for the moisture to come back in. You can already hear the tractor, and well, I can already feel the tractor's working a bit harder than it was this morning. A little massy that could. We've only done first one lap around, we've done 4 bales since we started. Things are cracking along nicely. Everything's going well, touch wood. If anyone knows balers, they know that things can go badly pretty quickly, but it's a bit of net on it. There we go again, just like that. I'm only putting 2 wraps on the bales because of silage and it's getting wrapped in plastic as well. I don't see the point in putting any more than that on, so it's pretty quick it's pretty quick at wrapping and getting the bale out and going again, which is good. You can't see it, but the dust, it's very still. It'd be a bad time to be spraying right now because it's a wicked night. There's just absolutely no wind whatsoever. The dust is just sitting there. Wherever I'm making it, it's staying. These are the best sort of nights, I reckon, though. Everything's just so calm. No one else out here. Don't know if I said this morning too, but I've also got the knives in, so that's also making the tractor work a little bit harder too. Then after this paddock, as long as a big dew or big fog doesn't come in, we'll go up to a Logan Park and bale some, well, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty well just mulch hay because it's actually a loosened paddock that drowned, well, mostly drowned. There's a bit of loosened through it, but just not enough really. A lot of 6 weeks grass in it, and it's just not really, I just don't think it's going to be worth. We'll probably still put it in the shed, and I'm sure, I mean, maybe, who knows, there will be another drought, and I'm sure if the cows and sheep, well, probably cows would feed too, were hungry enough, they'd eat it. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Lucerne that was sown in dry, thinking it wouldn't germinate because it's too dry, and then it ended up drowning because we got 4 inches in 3 hours. So, well, more down there actually. It's more like 5 inches, I think, at that place. Nothing's easy. Everyone's going tonight. The Deniger boys are up ahead of me there. You can see the 2 lights. They're baling as well, I think. I was talking to them today. The same stuff. They got sorghum too. Except they were a bit smarter than me and waited for rain and got a lot better strike and not so much weed in theirs. I think they're putting it all into silage as well. While I've got your attention also, you may have noticed, some of you keen-eyed viewers, I've actually set up a website and it's in the description, and I'm going to start selling a bit of merch. So I've got hats and mugs at the moment, but I'm going to start with the hats just because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So at the moment it'll just be in Australia, just until I can work things out. I just don't know. So start small, and so by the time this video goes out, if you click the link in the description, it'll take you to my website and you'll see that it'll be easy enough to find the hats there. I've ordered what I think will be a reasonable amount, but as I said, I apologise if you go on there by the time you're watching this and they're sold out. I apologise, but I don't really know how many people are going to buy them. So I think it's about a 4-week wait from when I order the hats to when they get to my door. So I do apologise if they're sold out, but that's just the way it is. They will be back in stock, and I'll eventually do get some different designs happening and things, but I should have shown you this in the daylight, but I've got one on at the moment. Sorry, trying to do 2 things at once here. They are good hats. I really like them. They're sort of a medium size. They're not the real shallow ones, but they're not the They're not those big sort of country trucker cap ones. I've already got a big enough head, and I don't think those high top hats suit me, so I don't like them. But I probably will end up doing a few of them too, because I know everyone seems to wear them. And obviously eventually I will ship outside of Australia. It's just until I can get my head around it, that's all. So, and with the mugs too, I'll keep an eye out for them, because obviously there's a bit more to go into them in terms of packaging, because I may have to put padding in with that, I don't know. Obviously don't have to go on and buy one, but if you do, I really do appreciate your support. It you know, it means a lot, because at the end of the day I'm just a small sheep farmer that, you know, picks up the camera every now and again and just enjoys showing people what I do, because I'm just really passionate about it, Australian agriculture, or agriculture in general, to be honest. So I do not expect anyone to buy the hats, but if you do, it really does mean a lot. So last couple of windrows now, the moisture you might be able to see on the tyres is just starting to come up a bit. We've ended up with about nearly 150 bales, I'd say, by the time we've done these couple, which yeah, really good. Bit of cow chow, might fill their tummies in the drought. But yeah, no, job's good. It's about, it's just after 10 o'clock, I think. I'll go up and check this other paddock of what I'd like to take to hay, but I have a feeling it's gonna be, yeah, you can see the tyres. They're just, that's the trouble in our area, that moisture comes up pretty quickly, and it's a bit hit and miss. So I'll go check it in the ute first. I won't take the tractor all the way up there. It's about 5 k's up the road, so I don't want to take this all the way up there and get there and it not go, because I've got to bring this tractor back in the morning to wrap these bales anyway. Next day, just finishing off wrapping these last few bales. As I said last night, we ended up with 148, I believe. Put a new battery on the wrapper this morning, and it's been working perfectly. So that was definitely the problem. Just likes a certain amount of volts. That's all.